Asyraaf bin Tajuddin from AM2285A. Okay, for the background of the project, this project was given name of light rail transit 3. Okay, and this project is headed by Prasarana Malaysia, which is our local company, and it began from Bandar Utama and ended in Johan Setia. The starting cost of this project is RM16.63 billion ringgit Malaysia, and this project began in 2017 and estimated complete on February 2024. It gives benefits to over 74,000 passengers, and benefits also gained by 1.5 million of people along the way from Bandar Utama to Johan Setia. This project, the route of this project is split into three sections, which is the first section starting from Bandar Utama and to Persada Plus station. The second section begin from Persada Plus station, went to Bukit Raja, and the last section began from Bukit Raja and ended in Johan Setia.
So for the first problem is LRT may experience delay as a result of prasarana modeling. According to an informed source, the turnkey contractor has refused to give in to Prasarana's request for more to say, which has resulted in MRCB George Ken being given a hard time on its progress payment by Prasarana. A high-ranking official in Prasarana recommended that MRCB George Ken offer a significant work package to a certain business. According to the aforementioned source, the firm has political ties with a key person in Prasarana, creating the question of conflict of interest for metropolitan public transportation companies. This means Prasarana couldn't tell MRCB George Ken who should get the project, and as a result, it had to postpone hundreds of millions of ringgit in progress to MRCB George Ken. The second problem is Prasarana has not paid for works done since July, putting LRT3 contractors in a financial bid. For the LRT project, Prasarana Malaysia Berhad is thought to have withheld payment of more than RM700 million owed to 70 contractors and consulting firms. The 17 enterprises claim Prasarana had not paid them since July in a jointly signed letter to Prime Minister Tan Sri Mohd, Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Transport dated December 20. Due to their financial hardships, these 70 contractors have petitioned the government for assistance. The present economic conditions have put a strain on our funds and slowed the completion of our project. The letter that is stated, according to the Age Weekly, Prasarana CEO Muhammad Nizam Alias, who took over the position in July, has been suspended. The Age obtained a copy of the show cause letter, which indicate that Nizam expressed disagreement when the board and chairman instructed him to probe MRCB George Ken. For the third problem is the cost of LRT has increased to RM31.45 billion. The most current cost estimate is far greater than the RM15 billion mentioned in previous news sources. When the project has announced in 2015, it was estimated to cost RM9 billion. Prasarana received a government guarantee for a RM10 billion borrowing facility to fund the project in 2015. In addition, the reason for the increase in LRT3 manufacturing is due to repeated design changes. The cost of the LRT3 project has risen to RM31.65 5 billion from the initial RM 9 billion due to revisions to the original design by State Transport Corporation Prasarana Malaysia Berhad. The LRT3 is projected to service a population of 2 million people, conveying 36,700 passengers per hour each way, according to Kuang Eng. Some of the significant modifications proposed by Prasarana, according to the papers it saw, included an increase in train length from 109 to 114 meters and the introduction of 6-car trains. This new mandate was first issued in June 2016, prompting France Seistra SA to resubmit its preliminary design for the LRT3 line after winning the contract to generate preliminary drawings. It claimed the renovations include increasing the length of the station to 125 meters, as well as extending the depot's maintenance facilities and the stabling yard where trains are kept while they are not in use. On July 14, Prasarana published a statement acknowledging the initial cost of RM 10 billion for LRT3 was insufficient and that the project would require a significant increase to be finished.
MRCB Geoscan is a joint venture of Malaysia Resource Corp Berhad and Geoscan Berhad. Prasarana Malaysia Berhad retained MRC BJK as the main contractor for the completion or turnkey of the LRT3 project MET2 and open tender process in 2016 after several issues occurred between Prasarana and MRC BJK. MRC BJK had been incorporated as a special purpose machinery with a sole proprietorship company to implement the LR3 project until the previous end to February 2024. Regarding internal problem and misunderstanding, Prasarana Malaysia Berhad Group Chairman Datuk Seri Tajuddin Abdul Rahman said MRC BJK was still the main contractor. In November 2018, MRC BJK secured a contract worth 11.86 billion to develop the LRT3 project from Bandar Utama in Petaling Jaya to Johannesburg in Klang. Prasarana Berhad want MRC BJK to do its best work and complete the project on schedule. Datuk Sri Tajuddin also said despite facing the effect of the COVID-19 outbreak and the movement control order since early 2020, the LR33 project was still running smoothly and 49.22% of the project has been successful. MRCB has received a final statement from the ASEAN International Arbitration Centre AIAC on 22 September 2021. Usama Malaysia informed in this settlement the arbitrators had given, declared and sent the full determination and cost to be paid by Jashkan Berhad to MRCB. The Malaysian government has agreed to proceed with the LRT3 project at a cost of 16.6 billion, which is almost half of 47% of the original cost 31.65 billion in July 2018. The final cost value can save 15.2 billion. Total costs include but are not limited to work contract package costs, land acquisition, project management, consultancy fees, operating costs, overhead costs, loan interest during construction and other related costs. The concept of project implementation has been modified from a project partnership to a fixed price contract regime. The total actual cost of the project increased to 31.65 billion due to an estimate error by Prasarana, which was originally estimated when the project was launched in 2015 was 9 billion. Prasarana has secured additional funding 22 billion in the form of government guarantee on 30 March 2018, which is in addition to the 10 billion provided in 2015 to finance the project. Among the key measures taken to reduce and rationalize project costs include reducing the number of bookings from 42 set of 6 coach train to 22 of 3 coach train, reduce the size of the construction base due to the reduction in the number of LRT train, extend time to prepare the project from 2020 to 2024, modify the size and design of station according to Jaya LRT alignment standard and not according to the size of larger MRT station. This is because based on the study on the implementation of LRT3 project, 22 set of T coach trains are sufficient to accommodate the number of passengers expected to use this service until 2035. The study estimates 67,000 passengers will use the LRT3 daily and demand is expected to increase to 126,000 passengers by 2030 as well as 219,000 people by 2040. The 37 LRT train that connect bandar utama in Putrajaya and Tuan City and Klang is able to reduce travel time which required more than 2 hours by driving in traffic jam will only take an hour and is expecting is to start operating in 2024. Bumiputera on construction subcontractor company involved the LRT project have started receiving deferred payment from mega infrastructure project construction work. Half of the total deferred contract value payment was settled by Prasarana before being distributed by turnkey contractor MRC-BJK to the project subcontractor. Prasarana denied allegation that the group withheld payment for the construction of project to the contractor MRC-BJK. Prasarana Malaysia Berhad Group Chairman Datuk Seri Tazrin Abdul Rahman said even the Prasarana Group had made payment of 3.468 billion as of October 2, 2020 for the payment of work that had been complete and claimed no deferment of payment to MRCBJK. Trans Resource Corporation's Dan Berhad Chief Executive Officer Dato' Abdul Aziz Mohamad also said his company had received payment for a period of 2 months, namely August and September on January 8, 2021. Meanwhile, AQRS Berhad Group Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer Dato' Azizan Jaafar said it was a relief to the company as it had received half of the deferred payment from MRCBK. Due to the issue of late payment, the subcontractor company of the project had to consider other financial sources to finance the construction work of the infrastructure project to ensure its implementation according to the set schedule. The delay in payment by Prasarana to MRC-BJK has been impact on Bumiputera Subcontractor Company as it required huge financial resources to finance the project work and employees release. For example, AQRS has nearly 400 employees to implement the project, thus making it difficult for the company to proceed with the project and employee salaries.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Haziq and I would like to talk about the recommendation. So the first recommendation that we will give upon the problems is by opening the tender publicly. So by opening the tender publicly, it can help the other companies to gain more projects from it. It also will reduce the time for the project to be completed. The main factor that caused from the delay is because of the project to get completed is because of the limited of manpower. So by accepting multiple companies, this will provide enough manpower to finish the project within the deadline. It ensures a healthy, competitive marketplace with the companies providing the best products and services. Suppliers also will be encouraged to deliver on time, adhere to the quality required, and offer competitive prices. And then the second one is by having a proper budgeting planning. So it will allow company to prioritize the different parts for the project. While it may be desirable to complete the entire project at once, if the available funds is indicate that there is enough money to use, maybe not available for it to complete all aspects of the project as desired. Budget will allow them to prioritize so which parts of the project can be completed initially while other parts are put on hold. By having a budget in a place, also will be able to limit the number of options available towards the company. Without this budgetary restriction in a place, the project may not be completed on time at all if the available funding runs out. But instead, the budget allows the project manager to know how much he can spend in any given aspect of the project. Thank you.
As a conclusion, intervention from outside party in a mega project can give a negative impact to project. Either it can be delayed or it will be cancelled permanently. Salary is also one of important element because it is a regular payment to the workers. If not, workers has right to launch strike among the employer. Um, the increase of costs repeatedly is not healthy, I see, in a mega project, because it can lead to loss of interest to a party. As a conclusion also, here are many solutions available that really suitable with the problem faced by the project management. Uh, this can be used to ensure the project run smoothly. Thank you.